to the channel. I know I haven't been around for a little bit, but I thought I would do a little test here of the live chat, see how this works. Not 100% sure on if this is even working. It looks like it's got a timer and it's live. So I guess we'll see. So I figured I'd just sit here and have a little Q&A while I sit here and gap spark plugs for my 69 Camaro, since I'm not really doing anything else today. Messing around with that. And then we've got the Ford. Had a buddy come over and take a look at the F-150 and hook it up. Took it out for a test drive and everything seemed to be okay. So it looks like the truck is fine after we hooked it up. Everything is up. What's up, Ernie? How you doing? Bryce, what's up? Hope y'all doing well. Testing out the live feature of YouTube, so not sure how this is going. So I don't know if y'all can see me or not, or if everything is okay. But we're sitting here working on the 69. Had a buddy take out my F-150 yesterday, hook it up to his Ford scanner. Everything on the truck is cool. So trans is cool, and motor right now is fine. So we're good to go on that. So I'm going to be over at Jay's Tuesday. We're going to do the transmission cooler, and then I think we're going to put on the new exhaust. That Corsa is just stupid loud, and honestly, I'm just too old to deal with all that stuff. Ernie, did you ever resolve the driveline issue with the truck? Yeah, I took out the carbon fiber drive shaft. That fixed my driveline issue. So the stock one is in there. But I do honestly suspect that the Mickey Thompson ET Street SSs are partly to blame. I don't think they're around. So after we get the new exhaust put on from Stainless Works, so hopefully I'll have a before and after clip of that. We'll put the carbon fiber drive shaft in and make sure that that's okay. So I'll put that in probably this Tuesday or Wednesday, and see if that's okay. And hopefully that'll be it. Let's see here. What's up, Robert? With all the tuning that opened the other day, how soon? So I've actually been talking to some people that are kind of in the know, and I'm thinking it's going to be a week, 2 weeks or so. So I think it's going to be relatively soon. Now, one thing that I have heard through the grapevine is that people with the Whipples, for some reason, might have an issue with tuning, but I'm not 100% sure. This is just something that I've heard. Because what I've heard is that these Whipple tunes are locked. You can get in there as a so I'm hoping that's not true, because I need my truck tuned as well as probably y'all. So I'm hoping that's not true. But crossing my fingers that the tuning is going to be opened up for these F-150s here in the next week or two is kind of what I've been told. Went to Gulf Coast, carbon drive shaft. My stock drive shaft was out of balance, running smooth. Oh, that's cool. So, Bryce? Are you running the carbon fiber drive shaft right now? Kind of curious. I'm hoping mine's okay. I've got the other yoke for it, so if it doesn't fix it, I'll probably just put on the other yoke and see if that fixes the issue. But I do kind of suspect, honestly, that might also be my tires. Okay, cool. All right, awesome. That's good to know. So I'll try that again then myself, as I put down the phone for a minute. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm hoping that all the tuning support and all that stuff for us is what they said it was going to be in a couple of weeks or so. Talk to Melissa at Gulf Coast. Okay, I'll give her a shout. If mine doesn't fix, or if mine's not fixed, then I'll definitely give them a shout. Thanks, Ernie. Yeah, I'm doing much better. Honestly, one thing that I think that gets missed a lot is men's health, and I know I don't really take care of myself probably as I should. So all that stuff is going better. We kind of figured out what was going wrong, and I'll be honest with you, I do TRT therapy, and apparently what happened is that they overdosed me, and I had too much testosterone, free testosterone, and estrogen in my body, and it overloaded my sensors, and that's what made me crash out. And apparently it takes about 3 months to reset in your body, so that sucks. I'm just gonna poop in. Okay. That's good to know. Thank you. I always like the poop stuff. But we've got, I don't know if all y'all saw, but we were going to have a new project. We've got a 1970 Fastback that we're going to restore. My buddy is a body tech. So we are going to restore that, and we're going to take it to Mecum probably next October or September, whenever the Dallas one is, to try to do that. So we'll do a video on that and kind of do like a short stuff on the 70 Mustang Fastback. It's a pretty badass car. It's got a 351 in it, TKX, super clean. It missed the frame rail completely, so that was cool. So basically it's just the apron, hood, grill, and fender, and then realigning the doors. So hopefully we can get that going here pretty soon. So I think that'll be a pretty badass project. And then we got my buddy's 1973 F100 coming in to the shop. We'll be doing a coyote swap on that, changing it from a, I'm not sure if it's a 302 or if it's a 348. I can't remember what's in that truck, but it's a Blueprint motor with a sniper on it. So it's still a pretty badass little truck. But we're gonna swap that out for the coyote. I didn't find the issue. I did have my buddy come over with his Ford scan stuff last night, actually. He test drove it, scanned it, and he could not find any issues. So it might be one of those ghost issues that might pop up on me that he couldn't see in the computer. So as of right now, as of yesterday, he drove it, and he drove the dog shit out of it. Tested the trans, hooked up his computer, looked at the motor, looked at everything. So he couldn't find anything. Said the transmission was fine. He cleared out the, I think he cleared out the strategy and redrove it just to make sure. And everything was cool. So trans is cool, motor's cool. So might be one of those one of those ghost issues, unfortunately. So, but I'm gonna have some more on that truck next week with Jay, doing that trans cooler and the exhaust. And then here working on the 69 right now. And then I got a new project coming, or actually it just came in. Show you, I don't know if y'all know that I'm also a super duper Camaro guy, but we got this. It's a 2023 Vivid Orange Metallic ZL1. So I drive a 2018 ZL1 as my race car, which is a 400 cubic inch twin turbo motor with a TH400 in it. This is just going to be a street driven car. We're going to do just a basic 900 horsepower package on it. Heads cam, ported supercharger, fuel system, all that awesome stuff. So this is going to my buddy's shop. I'm not going to be doing the work on that one. So Brandon's going to be doing that, Accelerated Racing Solutions. So he's going to be doing all that kind of stuff on that one right there. And let's see here. What do you feel the horsepower limitations here? Yeah, actually on the trans, I'm already looking at stuff because I know that trans is going to go. The power level that we're at, even with the supercharger at 700 horsepower, I mean, the E and F clutch is, from what I've heard. Thanks, brother. Yeah, me too. I love the ZL1s. Awesome cars. Is that that trans, because the E and F clutch holds, I think, every gear except for 2, maybe 5th and 9th or something. I can't remember. That they're going to let go. So I found Suncoast has just a clutch pack upgrade It's a stage 0. It's just a 20% increase in holding capacity for the clutches. So I'm actually going to do that upgrade, and that's going to be it. Because honestly, after tuning is done or available for our trucks, I am going to get it tuned, put it on a fuel system. I'm actually probably going to pull it back down just for it to live for a little bit. And that's probably all that's going to get done to that truck for the foreseeable future. So that might be pretty much it for that truck. So yeah, so I'm hoping that the really the exhaust quiets down, because the exhaust that's on there now, that course, even my buddy that drove it yesterday was like, this is freaking ridiculous. And he started my truck up outside my shop. My shop was closed. It's got two 14x14 bay doors. It's fully insulated, and it sounded like he started the truck inside my shop. It was that freaking loud. It was so ridiculous. So that is definitely going to get done. I am not 18 anymore, and I cannot handle that kind of sound anymore. So that is going to go away. But I am super pumped for the tuning stuff that's going to be available for us and the dark horses. What do I do for a living? Actually, I am retired. So I worked for a city that's around here. What exhaust are you going with? Bryce, I got the Stainless Works catback. It's the OEM connection. And actually, here, I'll go over here and show you. Ernie, I'm retired. So I worked for the government, retired, put my years in, and did some, let's just say, smart investing when I was younger, and that's where I'm at now. So everyone's always afraid of the stock market, but if you understand the stock market, it's cyclical, and it's always going to come back. And in 2008, when it dropped, I invested, and it came back. So let's just put it that way. But Bryce, here's the exhaust for some reason. So here is the Stainless Works kit, and this kit is actually a universal kit, so it works on both extended cab and regular cabs, except if you have headers on your truck now, this still has to be modified. That's why we're doing it at my Jay's place, because the OEM connection is about that much too long, because the Y pipe pushes it out further. So you've got that, and then we've got a Y pipe in here. All right, so as you can see, we've got 1, 2 mufflers, and then we've got a Y pipe that comes out from the OEM connection. So then we got 2 mufflers here. So hopefully the 2 mufflers in here will quiet it down. So this is basically what your kit looks like right here. So it's a behind the rear tire exit exhaust. So I'm hoping that it's going to quiet it down with 2 separate mufflers is kind of what I'm hoping. Yeah, it's getting Stainless Works headers. And okay, yeah, you'll be happy. Those Stainless Works headers are awesome. Robert, do you ever go to car shows? Yeah, I go to the Buc-ee's car meet in Royce City on Wednesdays. I haven't been there lately, been super busy, but I'm hoping to be there this Wednesday at the car meet in Royce City with the ZL1, I think. I'm going to bring that since I just got that delivered. So, yeah, so hopefully this all this tuning stuff works out for us here relatively soon. And I don't know who I'm going to have to my truck yet. I don't know. What do y'all think? Anyone have any opinions on who to use for a tuner? I was thinking for me local, I've got, see what I got. I got Pickle. I think Shoemaker actually tunes for him. And I think Bailey's might be getting a Ford tuner if I heard properly. I think maybe Steve Ellis, maybe, I can't remember. So I don't know who I'm gonna go with. My builder was going, but MRB, not looking for anything. I don't know. Yeah, no kidding. I agree. Once you get to a certain age, it's more about comfort and reliability, and that's where I'm at. I am not at the make it as loud as possible and rattle my teeth out phase anymore. I'm the please don't let my back hurt. You're only asking how much was the full F1? Kevin, the entire cost, let's say the truck is 50. Supercharger I got last year, even before I ordered my, before I picked up my truck. I think that was 10. Let's say interior was 3, so 13. Ride tech kit with another 5. Exhaust 3. 75 probably total, just because I didn't have to pay labor. Maybe 80, but that's also because I've had to buy stuff twice because I don't know what worked and what didn't, and some of the stuff I tried to install, and so I couldn't get them back on. Oh, and if you do the Wilwood brakes that are still sitting in my loft, actually that's another 4K, so maybe 85. Shit, I might be into this way more than I thought. So, yeah, exactly, Bryce. Sometimes comfort and reliability are what I'm going to go with, and that's what I'm doing on this ZL1 build. It's a street build. I'm not trying to go crazy fast. I don't want it to be loud. It's sticking. It's going to get headers, but it's going to stay with the stock suitcase exhaust muffler on there because I'm not going to quiet this thing down because it will drive me insane. I mean, heck, the entire way back from Power Tour, I thought my ears were going to blow up because of how loud that course is on that exhaust with the headers. Whew, okay. This is a little different with my phone and doing some recording stuff. Sorry, I'm over here. So, y'all like this live stuff? I'm not 100% sure about doing some of this stuff live. I know when I build some of this stuff, I say shit I probably shouldn't say in public, so. Y'all have anything cool coming up? Any cool builds? But I think stock exhaust is yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's perfect enough, it's loud enough, and you can put it in sport and track mode, and it gets loud enough, honestly. And with headers on that thing, even with cats, which mine are going to be catless, it's still super loud, and with a cam in there, it still sounds good. So I enjoy it. But the crazy thing is just the difference between the a push rod and these dual overhead cam motors is as soon as I got in that ZL1 when it got delivered and took it out for a test drive, I thought it was exponentially faster than that truck just because that low end torque. So that is one thing on these Coyotes. Sometimes I'm deceived by the power. You're gonna keep your stock? I have an issue, and I cannot keep anything stock. Heck, my Jeep 392 currently is at Bailey's right now, and they're doing a built motor, fuel system, and then a 2650 Magnuson on it. So it should be 1,000 horsepower all-wheel drive Jeep Wrangler 392. So that's kind of stupid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about some of the stuff. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, the ZL1 you take on long trips, yeah, it's a comfortable car. I mean, honestly, as soon as I got back into it, I mean, my 2018 has been a race car for I think 2 or 3 years now, so I haven't been in a ZL1 stock for a long time, so I didn't remember what it felt like, but it's super comfortable. Rides great. It's nice and quiet, so it's great. I might even take it on Power Tour next year, and see how that one does. Just because of the power and how comfortable it is, AC, nav, all that kind of awesome stuff. So, of course. Whew. But yeah, right now I'm currently doing spark plugs and new wires on here because I had a couple burn. Unfortunately, these headers aren't really made that well. Let me see, where's this one? Yeah, as you can see, it was sitting on the header and completely burned through, and then it started arcing on the header. So I got 3 of these like this. So maintenance on an old car, I guess, what do you expect? So at least it's still a big block, I guess. But I do have a LT4. So what do y'all think? I could put this motor in that 69. So this is the old race motor I had. So this was in my last ZL1. So this motor has gone an 8.5 1/4 at 165 miles an hour in my race car before we went turbocharged. So this is a 416 with a 2650 head cam, all that kind of stuff. And I was thinking about putting it in the green car with a T56. I thought that might look pretty cool, or might drive pretty cool and be a little bit more reliable than a big block, but that's what I'm doing. So I'm gonna finish up here doing some work, but just here testing out this live stuff. Let me know what you thought about these live things. I might do these a little bit more when I'm doing some small generic work on some cars. So we'll have some stuff again next week on the F-150, doing the fastback. That's going to be a slower process. We're not going to be rushing stuff. My buddy's going to be doing the body work at his shop to get that done. Once the body work gets done, it's going to get brought over here, and we're going to do electrical and mechanical work on the 70. So that should be done hopefully before Mecum next year. Yeah, fuel injector would be nice. Well, this does have fuel injection. It's actually you can see, it's a Holley Terminator Stealth setup. Just these Holley systems are just so finicky. I've been having so many issues with it that it's getting irritating, and I'm pretty close to swapping it out for a Motec, which is what I run on my race car and what I ran on that for the street. Those Motecs are a lot easier to program. Plus you get 2 O2 sensors, where the Holley you only get 1. So you get a little more fine tuning in those Holley setups. But my race car tuner would be able to tune that as well. So that's one thing that what we were thinking about, is putting that in there, going with a Motec, and then my race car builder would be able to tune and maintain the computer on that. So just this Stealth system is just not great. I actually use a Holley EFI system on my rock crawler, and that thing is direct injection, and that thing is freaking awesome. That thing has started up every single time I have went over there and started it. It could sit for a year and it will start right up. It is the greatest fuel injection system ever. So if y'all want something that just kind of pops on there and does the self-tuning and self-learning stuff, and you don't have to jack with it, those Edelbrock kits are really nice. So that's what I would go with for with daily. You don't actually have to tune anything. You don't have to mess with a whole bunch of stuff. So that stuff, that's what I would do, was that Edelbrock setup. Sometimes this Holley system just gives me the business. I actually just did a log for my tuner on it, and it had a 100-second gap. What's up, Jody? Yeah, everything's cool. Kind of figured out what was going on. So men's health, that's a big thing. So but yeah, the Holley, when I sent in the log to my tuner, it had a 100-second gap in the log. There was no data in that Holley system. So that's kind of frustrating, is when you're out there trying to do logs for your tuner and your ECU decides to not log a goddamn thing. So that was stupid. So that's one reason why I wanted to swap out this motor, go with a Motec, put my LT4 in here, and then call it a day. But that's like a next year issue right now, since I figured out what was wrong with the big part of this is honestly the spark plug wires arcing out, and I think that's probably what did the ECU issue, and it not logging the entire run, unfortunately. Right now, here, let me show you. Right now I'm doing a spark plug and wire change on a 1969 Yenko clone. So it's got a 427 big block with a Holley Stealth EFI system on it. Full fuel system. Basically a stock interior. So we got the TMI center console in there. Dakota digital gauges, Bluetooth stereo setup, so Ritec suspension. So super nice ride. I love driving this thing. I just need to get all these motor issues worked out. So it's always something, always something. But I thought I would give this whole live streaming thing a shot and see what y'all thought, see if it was worth doing for y'all. On the 69, it dynoed. It's like 480 something, I believe. The dyno I use does dyno a little low, so it should be like right around 500. This dynoed on Rare Morrison's engine dyno at 600 and some change horsepower, so it should be that really in the 500-ish range. But this is a low compression build. It's a 8.9 to 9 to 1 motor, so this thing can basically make that kind of power on 87 octane. That's pretty much what I built it. So if I wanted to take it cross country, I ain't got to worry about octane, fueling, all that kind of stuff. So it still puts down that power with shitty gas. So that's super nice. Yeah, that's what I wanted to build, is just a street cruiser. Oops. Get this thing out of the way. Oh, so hopefully everyone else is doing well and having a good weekend. Hopefully you all had a good 4th of July. I did not do anything on 4th of July because I was too tired, I'm old, and fireworks are too loud now. So I was lame and stayed home. It didn't really do a whole lot. Has anyone else done anything new to their trucks? Kind of curious. Hell yeah, it's been hot out here. Not yesterday. Let's say Sunday. So Thursday, it was. Okay. Thursday it was 101. Took the truck out, and the inner chiller had the IA the intake temps at 66, I believe. So it's pretty dope. So that system cooled this thing down quite a bit. How hot was it there in Missouri? Jesus Christ. See? This mac and cheese stuff is the reason why I didn't want to do a live stream. Got some weird people out there. Yeah, damn. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. This is Texas. Always fucking hot. But I hate the cold that much. That's why I live here. Honestly, if the United States would own a more southern area, I'd live there. I love the hot. Yeah. Yep. High 90s, heat index 105. Yeah, I think it was 101, heat index. I think it was like 110. But yeah, that sucks. And especially here, because it's so freaking humid, that just, as soon as I go outside, I'm just dead. I'm just dying. I'm just dripping sweat. It's ridiculous. Oh, all right, got that stupid spark plug out. All right, spark plugs. See, it's the boring, tedious stuff like this that's not cool, that I don't usually record because it's boring. Sitting here gapping spark plugs for the entire day is not really something I really want to do. Oh, yeah, solar sometimes I cut carpet in the driveway. Dude, I know. Dude, the concrete out there, and I know it's hot there, it's hot here as well. It is freaking ridiculous. In fact, my daughter was out in her Jeep the other day and was like, Dad, I feel heat coming off my floorboard. And I'm like, yeah, it's Texas, it's hot, and you drive a Jeep. You're gonna get heat through the floorboard. There's no insulation, so something you gotta deal with. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect gap. Get some anti-seize on here. All right. Let's go back over here and get this mother put back in. So now tomorrow I'm gonna go up to DMV, get the ZL1 registered. Tuesday going over to JFab to do the Jody. So I had my buddy come over last night. He's a Ford tech. He actually brought his all of his equipment over, his computer, his scan tool, diagnostic software, ran it, cleared out the transmission strategies, reran it, looked at everything, looked at trans, looked at the motor, nothing. He said everything was 100% fine. So it could have been one of those ghost in the machine issues, or just one of those things that unfortunately pops up when nobody else is driving it except for me, which is what happens a lot for some reason when I'm going insane. But yeah, so the truck's cool, motor's cool, trans is cool. I am, though, however, looking at, there is a Stage 0 clutch pack that Suncoast makes that I am going to install regardless, because it upgrades your E and F clutches, which is the majority of clutches. They would put that on these 10R80s. So I'm going to do that regardless. The nice thing with that is obviously tuning is about to come out for our trucks, so that's freaking awesome. But I think the Stage 0 is just clutch pack, so it's a 20% increase in holding capacity, so you wouldn't need to have a trans tune for that specifically. So unlike these, I think the Stage 3 includes a new valve body, and you'd have to get it tuned for that valve body. But this is not. This is just clutch packs, so you can sit there with the Stage 0 clutch packs, 20% increase in power. So I think for what I'm going to do, that's going to be more than sufficient to hold the power that level that I'm going to be at. Because honestly, so tuning and fueling for the truck are the last things that I'm going to do. That's going to be it. Like, my truck is done after that. I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch more. I'm not doing cams or anything like that. And I didn't want to have to build a motor. Thankfully, it looks like I don't have to build a motor, so that's awesome. That I'm still looking at. So around me, so I've got Pickle Performance, who I think, I believe, and don't quote me on this, I think he uses Shoemaker. Or I think Steve Ellis is, I think, going to be working with Bailey's High Performance. So it probably will be one of them. Either Pickle using Shoemaker, unless Pickle now tunes his own stuff, or Steve Ellis might tune my truck. But I might have to talk to both of them just to see. But they're both good tuners. They both know what they're doing. So my other engine just got done for his 21 rounds, 150 and long ones. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah, 1,200 horsepower. You're gonna have to definitely get a staged transmission for that, but that would be badass. I'd like to see a picture of that. Is it a single cab? That'd be awesome. 1,200 horsepower would be insane. And of course, I can't get the stupid spark plug in. You'd think with my midget freaking hands, I can get a stupid spark plug in a big block freaking head. Ugh. Okay, dope. Yeah, that's cool. Y'all gonna be staring at my forehead for a minute here, I think. This is ridiculous. You know, they make headers that fit, but they don't make headers that fix spark plugs very well. This is stupid. All right, there we go. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. So truck's good so far for now, at least. So new exhaust going to get on that. Transmission cooler going to get on that next week. So Tuesday we're going to do that. I'm going to do some little bit of filming. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to do a step-by-step. It's getting to be a lot, but I will continue to get out videos and try to do the best I can as far as product stuff and step-by-step videos. So we got that. The 70 Fastback is going to be an ongoing project until next October or September, whenever the Mecum auction here is in Dallas. It will be going to that. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's a one-owner original car that my buddy found at his work, because a employee that he works with it got in a wreck with it, and he was unfortunately not able to financially fix it. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to restore that, since it's got no frame damage, which is, I can't believe he missed the frame. It was just that corner. So we just got an apron, core support, a hood, and a fender to put on, and then move that door back, repaint it, test electrical and mechanical stuff, which I think is fine. And then we'll get that out. So my buddy's going to be doing some recording at his work on the body stuff. Then once it gets here, I'll do the recording on all the mechanical and electrical stuff. Well, new tunes for the truck. Honestly, everything. So from what I have kind of been told, is I thought that these Whipple tunes were actually pretty good, but I think Alex Flores with Lund looked at it. And he said that the fueling was not great. So I'm thinking we're going to pick up a ton, plus trans tuning will be a major component in making these trucks a lot faster. So VZ, greetings for, hey, what's up, man? Arlington, Texas. You're pretty close to me. Habit Stage 24, Whipple, Catalyst, and why pipe. I'm interested in seeing how your saw goes for the trans cooler tape, and how much have you had? I haven't added the crank saver just yet. And that is one of the things that I do have on my list to do. So we got that, and then the trans cooler, I think, with all the stuff that we added. So I'm doing the trans cooler, the fan. We're putting an inline filter because I have been told by some trans guys that the clutch packs will shed off material and gets in your valve bodies, and they destroy valve bodies. So we're putting an inline filter to catch all the clutch pack material that gets off on the clutches. So hopefully that'll clean that up and make that trans survive. So that's one of the issues that some people have been having, is material getting into their valve bodies because there's no filtering. So we're going to run a filter. I think the filter alone adds an additional quart of fluid. I'm thinking that with the lines and the cooler might be another quart of fluid, so it might be 2 additional quarts. But I don't know if y'all remember, when I did my last one, we overfilled it, and it wanted to run like, there we go. I think I just lost internet feed in my shop here. So yeah, so hopefully we'll be doing that. See, I'm gonna fence putting the whip on my phone. I think whip will mess with the long. Yeah, I mean, honestly, any power adder is gonna mess with the longevity. I mean, you start getting into any kind of upgrading of parts, making it faster, and doing it more than the factory stuff. It's gonna put wear and tear on the motor. But if you do maintenance, have the correct tune, it should be okay. It just depends on how crazy you want to go. Thanks, Zach. Yeah, me too. It's been a minute. I've missed being out here. Missed being on, getting some videos out, and talking to everybody. And it really sucks because I wanted to do the entire power tour stuff, but unfortunately, I did not make it. But I made it 4 days. I made it back home, and I guess the truck's okay. And it just wanted to freak out while I was on the power tour with it. But yeah, it was cool. It's going to be heavy with up on this. Yeah, that's true too, Jody. Yeah, it depends on how much you rag on these. Oh, there's my wrench. How much you get into the skinny pedal, honestly, I guess. With a supercharger, it's kind of hard not to get into the skinny pedal, though. But honestly, I think it should be fine. But the nice thing now, since these tuning's going to open up, you got more options. You've got ProCharger and you've got twins. I mean, that's always an option as well. The nice thing about the Whipple, in my opinion, is the low-end torque. Right off the hit, and that's what I like, because I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of racing with the truck. I'm not worried about top end power that much as far as top speed with those turbos really coming to shine. But yeah, you're going to have a lot more options because of tuning. And then I did, and I haven't gotten it out yet. I don't know if I'm going to get this out or not. So I talked to the ProCharger guys at Power Tour, and I think it was the motorsports manager, and he had told me off camera, and I don't know if I should be saying this, but let's just say that they were tuning with and without Ford. So once he told me that, I kind of knew that this was about to happen. And sure enough, as soon as ProCharger has access, I knew that something else fell, and the thing that fell was the 6.7 Power Strokes. So once those got cracked too, then everything kind of opened up. Do you do any work at your shop for the public? No, my shop is at my house for personal use. So I do this just for fun on this stuff, just because I like doing car stuff, and I went online to find how-to videos for installs, and I found none, so I decided to do some myself. So that's kind of how I started doing this. My wife was like, you need to go ahead and get out of the house and do something, because I've been retired for a little bit. And so she was like, why don't you just record what you're doing in the shop? So I said, all right, screw it, I'll do that. I can work on cars and look like an idiot. I mean, that's fine. Look like an idiot every day anyways. No, but if you're in the area and you need work done, I mean, I have buddies that I know that I use. Obviously, Jay can work on your stuff. And then if you are doing any other platform besides Ford, like the LT stuff, like the ZL1 stuff, I would recommend Accelerated Racing Solutions. They do all the work on my race cars, and then they're going to be doing the work on this ZL1 as well. But Jay's a good guy. He does great work. He did the fab work on my turbo kit for my ZL1, and obviously he helps me do all the rest of the stuff right now, since I had been not doing so great. But now that we got it figured out, and I'm on my way to getting, it's been one of those things. But yeah, it's nice to be out here. Thought I would try this live stream. Looks like just one of y'all left. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I just kind of want to test this out, kind of get something out there just so y'all know that I was alive, that everything was okay. My truck didn't blow up, and everything is cool. Probably build. Johnny, that's pretty much all of us, isn't it? So we want to get stuff done, but we owe stuff on the truck, but we put the money into the truck instead of paying it off. That's pretty much the way I do stuff. Buy the truck, then I buy like $30,000 worth of parts, and I should have just paid off the stupid truck. But that is a gearhead's life. Decisions. I mean, if it was me, I would go with the upgraded motor as well, but I like building up stuff and building stuff. Decently Abused Line said hi. Hi, how are you doing? Doing a crazy live stream, so that's cool. Checking gaps on spark plug. So all right, guys. I think that's going to do it for today. I'm going to get this last spark plug in, and then we'll do some recording next week, and then maybe get a short little video out on the transmission cooler and the exhaust, do like a little before and after on how loud and hopefully how quiet the exhaust is. Good. How are you doing? So we'll do that next week. And then we'll get a video out on the transcooler, and then hopefully we'll do the crankshaft supports as well here in the near future. And then as soon as tuning opens up, boom, it's going to get a fuel system and tune, and it's going to be let loose. So that's going to be it. So that's going to do it for this live stream today. I appreciate everyone showing up, saying what's up, like talking to everybody. So let's go ahead and end this, and we will see you next week. Hopefully next Saturday or next Sunday I'll have the video out. So please go ahead, like, subscribe, send these out to everyone you know, and we will catch you on the next one. Check you later.